Have you ever seen anything more beautiful than this? We're going in there. For reasons totally unknown to me, Hawaii is full of abandoned cars. I really don't get it. Look at the state of this vehicle. And all of them seem to be in various stages of degradation. Vehicle is being checked as abandoned. Hell yeah. Broken stuff, a lot of bills, unpaid ones. And you see them bloody everywhere. Look at the state of the affair here. Just look at this. I don't get it. Well, let me turn this down. We're going up in the mountain, an ancient volcano. It's called Haleakala. Look at this village, man. This is gorgeous. Oh yeah. Tiny shop. Please open door slowly for safety. Let's open door slowly.
Yes, by all of them.
Hello?
Hello.
Aloha.
What a place! We have here. I opened very slowly.
Okay,
The
good.
door, you should know that.
You get very...
Is it your first time here in Hawaii?
Yeah, and probably last also.
Last also, why? Didn't have a good time?
Oh, I have an excellent time,
Okay.
but I mean,
It's far.
I'm growing old. Soon will be dead, and
Well, it seems to me like you have a long time to go. My friend.
yeah, but there
You
is
have other places to see.
yeah, that's what.
For sure.
Hawaii continues to bankrupt me, but look what I got. Look at these beauties. Hawaiian legends of volcanoes and legends of ghosts and ghost goats. There are stories about Pele. Pele was the fire goddess, the goddess of volcanoes. Now Pele, like the football player, rest in peace, was the goddess of fire. She had a sister, which was the goddess of the ocean, and had a weird name which I do not recollect. Nakami, Namak, something with N. Now also Pele did the unforgivable thing to seduce her sister's husband. And when the goddess of the ocean found out, she started hunting Pele, trying to destroy her. Pele had to run. She landed in Maui. And in Maui, she formed this enormous, gigantic volcano. Now, the mad sister flooded the whole volcano, forming the island of Maui, with a huge crater in the middle, Mountain Haleakala. The Hawaiian Islands are basically tips of huge underwater mountains formed by the magma from the Hawaiian hotspot. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but a big part of this valley is actually empty. And not only that, a big part of it belongs to Oprah. Oprah is one of the 82 very rich people that own, I don't remember how much it was, 80% of Hawaiian land. So this little trail is called Hosmer Grove. Native to the Himalayas. This tree should never be here, but it was imported because at one point the Hawaiian king was making tree commerce with China, believe it or not. And the result of this commerce was the obliteration of the Hawaiian forests. Now the Hawaiians were at one point forced to actually import trees in order, to restore some faith in nature. That's why all these foreign tree kinds, let's say. It's called Vaccinium reticulatum. So I presume was one of those medicinal plants that the old Hawaiians used to use to treat illness of all kinds, mainly of the soul. Look at these, man. These are, of course, native to Europe. The stillness, man. Well, the stillness is not the only reason I decided to stop the car. The main reason is this. Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Is there a purpose in life, not in life, in this hike?
Oh, yes. About 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. I can show you there's a big crater
Oh my
with
God,
clouds in it.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Just on less 1 mile, you can see a beautiful place, canyons in your right side.
Whew. Now, while I am stumbling up back to the car, let's have a chat about Maui. Maui was a Polynesian demigod, and he was a trickster, something like Loki, the Viking god. He would play tricks mainly to other gods. Now, in the Hawaiian mythology, Maui was the one who managed to pull the rays of the sun to shine and give light on the earth. In the Polynesian mythology, he did something a lot more kinky. He wanted to make mankind immortal. Now, in order to do that, our friendly demigod transformed himself into a worm, and his intention was to enter the vagina of the Maori goddess of the night. Said goddess received the spirits of humans after they died. Now, Maui did enter the vagina, and the purpose was to somehow get out from the mouth of the goddess. That was an optimistic plan. He failed miserably because the goddess had obsidian teeth in her vagina and basically chewed him to death. And we remain mortals.
Cocoa.
Nice.
I should wear a light every day. Such a good look.
Congratulations. Oh, thank you.
Let me tell you, top of the mountain is freezing. It's very cold. Good morning from the road. This is the road to Hana. Now, Hana is a town situated in the eastern part of the island. This road basically drives around the Haleakala volcano where we were yesterday. So I stopped the car to show you from this great vantage point the island of Kaho'olawe. Now, Kaho'olawe is that one over there, the one the American army bombed like crazy. And you also have the Molokini Island, which is that one there. That was the site of our first dive here. All these islands, the small Molokini, the Kaho'olawe, the Lanai Island, and Maui, of course, were once one very big island, Maui Nui. In time and water erosion, these peaks were divided, and now we have different islands. However, this is a very interesting situation because the water between these islands is actually not so deep because of the past. And it's a perfect spot for humpback whales to come on vacation. So humpback whales migrate here to Hawaii during the winter season between December and April. No humpback whales for us. Oh, look at this, man. This is... wow. This is a 100-year-old shop. Beer, wine, sake, and a jazz and blues festival poster. This shop finally closed in 2020 after a 100-year history. Well, it's not the view the reason I stopped. It's something that reminds me of my own island of Crete. Look at this. The Hawaiians are also practicing with their guns and the road signs. Well, this is interesting. In seconds, this can turn to that. The main reason for all these waterfalls and pools and the flash flooding that sign back there mentions is, of course, the volcano. We are still at the same national park as yesterday, the Haleakala National Park, Maui's most iconic mountain. There is another one on the west, but I guess it's closed. Quite a beast, this one, isn't it? Hi there.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you for your work. Look at these bamboos, man. Look at this. Jumping from bridges and cliffs had resulted in injury and death. So, if you want to avoid death at this stage of your life, don't jump. You can actually die like this. I think it's time to express my feelings regarding what has happened in Lahaina. Maui has made an enormous campaign to convince tourists not to cancel. I understood that some 70% of various reservations were cancelled right after the wildfires. The place where we initially were supposed to stay was Lahaina. Also our diving center was in Lahaina. Both of them burned down into ashes. Now, the biggest fear of the local people in Lahaina is actually that after the reconstruction they will not be able to afford their previous houses. You see, the housing market in Hawaii is ridiculous, and the local people who probably own the house, I don't know, in the last 20-30 years, they will probably not be able to afford a new one, without any help, that is. And what creates even more frustration is when the fires were finally put under control, the president of the US visited Maui. This is what he said.
I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. And lightning struck at home on a little lake. It's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat.
But there's also anger at the president. As the death toll rose while he was on vacation, he was asked about it. His response, no comment. He stayed on vacation, only stopping to celebrate the anniversary of his signature bill in Wisconsin, now in Maui, and not everyone is happy about it.
Stay out of our way. Get rid of the red tape. We don't need you.
Not only that, but in regards to what possible outcomes this story will generate to Lahaina and its people, and how many of them will be probably forced to abandon their home island and maybe try and find something a tad cheaper in the mainland.
One sign of the times is that the FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency of the United States, actually pays other residents of Maui to host temporarily victims of the Lahaina wildfires. Now, what this has led to in a lot of cases is that people actually declare very high rents in order to take advantage of this FEMA money, which is supposed to be helping the victims of the wildfires. And this way, they lead to a huge raise in rent in Maui at this moment in time.
Have you ever seen anything more beautiful than this? Nature takeover in full effect. Look at that here. This is absolutely phenomenal. I have to take the car and get out of here before it's taken over by plants. We're going in there, under the tree. Why enter the hole, you might wonder? Well, this particular hole is a lava tube under a tree. You can definitely see the roots. Look at that root, man. Look at how it's piercing the stone. All right. Now we did it.
Hello, Nishan. Did you forget you have a wife here?
Come. Do you want to... Come. Slowly. There's a lot more space inside. Come.
Now, this is it. Oh, we did it. Let me tell you, these tourists, man, like you've never seen an ordinary person entering a hole under a tree in your life. You have to enter too. Spoil the fun. This whole place was once a huge field of lava rock. fascinating place. I very much enjoyed the first hike in Haleakala. Bamboo is actually quite an invasive species of plant here. Of course, it's not native in Hawaii. It was brought by Chinese workers. If I were to do this for a second time, I would definitely avoid the Black Sand Beach. This whole time slot system forces you to hurry up, which is so un-Hawaii.
This beach is famous for its black sand. Now the problem is that in order to visit it, you need to reserve a time slot, which helps with the crowd management. The bad thing is that it totally spoils the rest of your day. I mean,
it totally spoiled my time in Hana itself. I mean, I wanted to stay a couple of hours in Hana, and instead of that, I stayed, 10 minutes on the beach. So I will finish this mini rant with a short story about Hana. Now, in Hana was born one of the greatest Hawaiian queens, Queen Kahumanu. She ended up being one of the wives of King Kamehameha. Despite being one of the many wives, that is, she was actually a feminist. And King Kamehameha was very fond of her.
in 1819 the king died, and the throne was to be passed to his son, Prince Liholiho. But because of his young age, the king's favorite wife, Kahumanu, became regent queen.
She started making some changes. First of all, she got rid of the caste system. You see, in Hawaii, there used to be a caste system. You had the chief, that is the king, you had the kahuna, that is the priest, and you had the common people. And besides the common people, you had the untouchables. Bloody hell, like in India. The queen quickly changed all that. She got immediately rid of the kahunas, and as a bywork, she got rid of the polytheistic, let's say, religion in Hawaii. Coincidentally, that was also the time when the first missionaries came in Hawaii. So the religious gap was filled right away. And she got rid of the kapu. Kapu is an interesting word. Back in the day, it used to mean what, for example, women should not do. They should not eat pork. They should not eat bananas. Now, the queen herself, she dared to eat pork and a banana in the royal court. That was a revolutionary act. So the favorite daughter of Hana became Hawaii's first, probably only, I don't know about that, feminist. Anyway, good stories. That was it from the way to and from Hana. We didn't see Hana. Bloody hell. Signing off.
I was getting some brochures the other night, and I felt like somebody was looking at me. I look up, and there's a rooster, and
she got a feather in her brochure.
There are chicken feathers in here.